Hey, what's up, you guys? First and foremost, thank you for tuning into this video. But before the video starts, I just want to encourage you guys. If you feel like this video is going to give you value, or if you've gotten value from previous videos, and even from our community, I would encourage you guys to subscribe. Now, why do we want you guys to subscribe? We want to make sure that every time that we drop an episode or we drop a conversation or we interact with somebody on this conversation, but that you guys get alerted to watch the episode. So we just want to say, make sure you subscribe. That'll help us not only get the information out to you, but also it'll help build the channel so then we can go and create better content, more efficient content, and also that we can get the people that you guys want us to interview in order to make this even more valuable for you guys. So just want to say thank you so much, and let's get back to the episode. All right. You excited? You ready?
I'm cooling, gang. What you mean? I'm all right.
You don't got to make that face because the camera
Like,
started.
what are you talking about? I'm all right.
That's good. So I mean, bro, welcome to. I don't even like to call this a show. I like to call this a conversation. Just because when we're like in front of people, when we're not even an interview, we're having just it's like I truly genuinely talk to people that I either know or that I'm like very interested in what they're doing, and so this is more of a conversation. So welcome to the show, the best show in the world. The Security Future Podcast show.
I feel you jumping at me from over there.
Nah, but man, today, y'all, we got a special guest, somebody who is incredible in his space, somebody who is a founder, a CEO, somebody who is, has traveled the world, somebody who's even going through a fitness transformation. Congrats on that. We're going to talk about that a little bit. And so I guess the only thing to do is really just to introduce yourself, bro, and tell the people what you do and kind of how you bring value.
Well, first and foremost, man, I appreciate you for having me up here. It's your boy Drewize Banks, you feel me? On here. I'm a day trader, entrepreneur. I've been day trading for roughly around, we'll say this year is going to make it the 11th year. I've been doing it for quite some time now. And, I make my money day trading stocks, futures, Forex, shares, ETF, bonds, crypto, whatever you name it, whatever you can name it. If it has a chart, I can slay it. Predominantly, though, I'm known for trading GJ in the Forex space, but that's not the only talent I have. And yeah, I day trade. I still day trade up until now, and I do this for a living, and I love what I do.
Well, first of all, congrats on that, 100%.
Yeah.
I've seen it close and just in person, just recently. So it's been a good thing watching.
What was your thoughts of seeing me in action and recently when we were in Paris? What was that like for you? Like honestly, what was that like for you?
I mean, it's just an experience, bro. I think it was a great experience. I think just from because you just hear about people. The first time I saw you was at it was we were at a combat fight. Mm-hmm. The first time I saw you in person, and it was just very brief. But going on that trip, I think it's an experience. When you get to, for me, bro, when I get to be around people who are crushing it in their space and really get to be in the environment, I'm good with that, Facts. And depending on, it doesn't really like goes good, bad, whatever. I'm just happy to be in the environment, right? But then also it's like when I'm around people, I try to figure out how I can bring value. Okay. In some way, and that doesn't mean like we're gonna talk about money or whatever it is. It's like just being somebody who can provide, with my energy, is just a great experience, and hopefully I did that.
We call that being a good person, bro. It's okay. You're a good person. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what we call it for real.
But it was great, bro. I mean, bro, you drippy, bro. You got it all going on. You're a great trader. You're great with people. Just from what I've seen, you have a really good personality.
Thank you.
And that's kind of what it is, bro. Like it kind of gives me vibes in a way.
Yeah,
staying on business, but
I'd be reluctant on who sees the other side. You know what I'm saying?
But it was an experience, bro. Paris was a fun time.
Of course.
Those 17 hours are great. And the week before that was even
amazing.
Yeah, so
it was amazing.
It was crazy. So let me ask you this question. If you could go back 10 years from like right now, knowing what you know, going through the experiences that you've gone through, the peaks, the valleys, from this moment right now, what would you tell the former version of you 10 years ago?
In all honesty, I'll tell myself, stay 10 toes with your process and don't let nobody slow you up. You are what you make it in this thing called life. And if you continue to just push and excel, you'll change the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I could tell myself that, my younger self that, I would tell myself that, listen, you have the power to change the world. Keep it going, stay 10 toes with your process, and keep your head down and don't look up until you need to.
Why would you tell yourself that specifically?
Because it's all about locking in. It's all about staying focused. Like we live in a world full of distractions. You know what I'm saying? So distractions are what you let it be. And if you could just focus on improving yourself or taking the journey that you need to do to improve yourself, life will be so much more better. But like we live in a world full of distractions. Whether if you work a job, whether if you're an entrepreneur, we just live with distractions. So it's just all about just limiting those distractions and just staying focused on what you need to stay focused on, all without changing yourself too much through the process. You know what I'm saying? Because you're
Right.
already going to go through change.
So, do you think that? Oh, this is a better question. You know me. I just go off the
The top.
yeah.
I
So
feel you.
what is? But how would you discover that? Like for the people who are where we were 10 years ago,
Okay.
and they don't know, like what are some of the mechanisms, like the specific things that they can tell if it's a distraction or not, or they can tell if it doesn't serve their purpose or not, in your opinion?
Like, it's just staying disciplined to your cause. Like, I take it back to like building a plan. Like, if you can't write down something that you're supposed to do and you can't get that done, you're not focused.
Mm.
Like, it's as simple as that. Like, I was raised in the morning time when you wake up to make your bed. I still don't make my bed till this morning. You dig what I'm saying? But I still get everything done outside of that. You dig what I'm saying? So it's just being disciplined. Like, not a lot of people can be disciplined. Like, we live in a era now where social media is the thing. Like, even making money off of social media or you're not. Can you go without your phone for a couple hours to get what you need to get done? Like, we're in here shooting content right now. You dig what I'm saying? Like, can you do what you have to do? Can you truly lock in? And it's just like, we live in a era now where there's more distractions more than ever. Like the news has always been there. Like other things have always been there, friends, family, or whatever the case may be. We just live in it to where it's so easy to get distracted now. It's so easy to get shifted off your purpose. So me, I'm heavy on just doing what I got to do to remain in my purpose. Like if that means like I got to put my phone on D&D and go do what I got to go do, or maybe I got to go put my phone down. It don't even got to be with the phone. It could be something I'm doing in real life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like bringing my daughter to the park or whatever the case may be. It's just doing what you have to do. You dig what I'm saying? And like for those who don't got kids who watching this or who are single, like lock in and build your future. Like that's what you there to do now. Like you may be working a job, you may be doing whatever you got to do right now to make that money, and like you're gonna realize what you're good at. And once you find your passion, focus on your passion. You dig what I'm saying? And grow up upon that. Be the best at it. You have what it takes to be the best at it. You just got to lock in and just find that part of yourself. And that's what the process looks like for real. Each and every person has a purpose in this thing called life. Each and everybody has a purpose. And it's just like, are you going to do what it takes to get to where you need to be for real? You dig what I'm saying?
100%. There's this quote that says, and I've used it, especially kind of more lately. If you feel like it's not gonna matter in 5 years, don't spend 5 seconds on it. And
it's easier said than done though.
It's easier said than done because you technically don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But the question a lot of us, have to continue to ask ourselves, no matter if you're 10 or if you're 100 years old,
okay,
is what kind of legacy can this potentially leave, not only for myself but for the people that come after me. And, being around some pretty influential people, by the grace of God, one of the things that they always say is they want to leave not only an inheritance of money and these things, but also they want to leave like principalities, behind, because as long as you practice the principles, you will eventually participate in the promise. And the promise you may not get directly, but it may be something that, even 4 generations down, that your people are benefiting from today.
And what does that start off of? That all starts off with being disciplined and following a process. You know what I'm
100%.
saying? Like, you just got to be able to be that one. And like, I just realized like, you got certain people like that are idolized in this world, and they're viewed as the top 1% or whatever the case may be. But it's like they're able to lock in and do what they got to do for real.
Right.
And I've always just been like a firm understanding of like you're either gonna be a boss or a worker. And like me, I'll be both. I'll be the boss and the worker because I don't mind to put in the work to get to the boss level. And even when I'm the boss, I'm gonna work like the worker.
That was good.
You dig what I'm saying?
Nah, I get it. That makes a lot of sense. And it's just this thing, bro. We all go through it. We all go through these
Of course.
things that, you know, we feel like, oh, this is important, or that is important. But the older we
Hell
get, the more
yeah.
wise we get, the more experience you go through, you kind of quickly can discern, nah, this is not gonna last long, or this is not for me, this is not purposeful.
You should be able to, but like I feel like what distracts people is their environment. Like, you
100%.
know what I'm saying, gang? Like, I came from an environment that like wasn't the best. You dig what I'm saying? But like,
Describe what not the best is.
I mean, bro, like I'll be honest, I lived in the ghetto my whole life. You dig what I'm saying? Even when my mother, you know, strive to put me into better situations or whatever the case may be, you are what you used to. You dig what I'm saying? So you're either gonna do what you want to go do, or you're gonna make something better out of it. And I realized, like, once I moved back here to Florida, I just realized, like, yo, like, life is what you make it. Like, you can either continue doing this and you know where you're gonna end up at. You know, you could do this route and you could see clearly, like, you done saw raids happen, you done saw indictments happen, you done saw everything that happened. You dig what I'm saying? So it's like you could either go down that route and be the same like everybody else, or you could stay down until you come up. Like, I already knew, like, when I first started getting into the day trading field, like, there were people that were idolized. And you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I used to always tell, you know, my folks, like, yo, look at these folks. Yeah, these are the folks I'm around now. You dig what I'm saying? Like, this is a whole different caliber of get money people. You dig what I'm saying? So with this, you got to stay down. It's just like, I used to always I don't want to hear about the next person. I want to see what you're doing with this. And it's just like, it just comes to a time where you are prepping long enough to where you're ready to show the world on what it is. And that's exactly what I did. I stayed down and I did my thing. You know what I'm saying? And like, I take my L's publicly. I don't even be caring. Like, I'll take my L's nowadays publicly. I don't care, because like, not a lot of people can show you that they can take L's publicly. You
Right.
dig what I'm saying? Like, not even in the trading space in general, bro. Just in anything. Like, nobody shows the journey anymore. You dig what I'm saying? So it's just like, I can't even say I relate to a lot of people, because they may talk like it, but they may not be cut from the same cloth I'm from. You dig what I'm saying? So it's just like, for me nowadays, man, like, I just... Real recognize real. You don't gotta say you real. You dig what I'm saying? Like, real recognize real. Like, I already done seen, I could already see what a person been through based on how they carry themselves. You dig what I'm saying? Whether you still got a chip on your shoulder or not. So it's just like,
No, 100%. Bro, that's great, bro. You say this. And you talk about the journey, and this is like a real thing.
Yeah.
And people want to know three things. They want to know, obviously, where you are.
Mm-hmm.
They want to know where you're going. No, they want to know where you are. They want to know where you came from.
Okay.
The journey, documenting the journey, taking your L's publicly, taking your wins publicly, you know, and just being okay with the fact that you're going to go through some things.
Of course.
But then they also want to know not only where you are, where you've been, but where you're going based off what you're doing.
100%.
And those three things, and if you can encapsulate, and if you can capture these three things, bro, in your life,
yeah,
people will start to follow you. And then as people follow you, go ahead.
But I mean, like, you got to look at it like this, and I'm sorry to interrupt.
No,
like, you got to look at it like this. Like, you're a person. You're a human being. Since when was it not cool to show that you're a person?
Right.
Since when was it not cool to show that you go through things, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what makes somebody attracted to somebody. You dig what I'm saying? So it's like, people should know this already, but, you know, we get lost in the social shit.
No, I get it. That makes a lot of sense.
You know what I mean?
Where did it start off for you? Like, where did this whole thing about day trading, you know, making money, you know, where did that start? How did you get started in that? Where does that even come from?
I ain't even gonna lie to you. I was working at a call center job in Fort Lauderdale. I was working at a call center gig, you know what I'm saying? Doing overtime like I always do. Anybody know me, they know I like to get to the bag. I'm gonna do whatever the case. If it's 90 hours a week, 100 hours a week, I don't care. I'm gonna get it done. So I'm there and I'm just like, bro, I'm bored of this, bro. Like, this is boring now. Like, they want to promote me. I don't want to do this no more. You know what I'm saying? Long story short, I go on break and I hit my best friend up and I'm like, yo, bro, I'm about to quit this shit. Like, this just ain't for me no more. Like, they either about to fire me or I'm about to quit before they fire me. Cause, you know, they trying to put me in a position that I don't want. And I was like, bro, I'm about to go sit on Wall Street all day, bro, and go figure this shit out. I'm about to go to New York tomorrow and go sit on Wall Street. And she was just telling me, she was just telling me, like, yo, like, my peoples do that. And I was like, who your peoples? Long story short, you know what I'm saying? I do my homework. I fly out to her peoples. You know, I'm learning from her peoples or whatever the case may be. I learn a strategy. And then, now I'm developing my edge. Now I'm realizing what my edge is in day trading. Now I'm realizing like, yo, like I can make money from this for real. You dig what I'm saying? But like, I still haven't all figured out. I'm still blowing accounts. I'm still trying to figure it out.
How did you get to there from Wall Street though?
What do you mean?
Because when your friend asked you about Wall Street, how did that happen? But how do you go from Wall Street to trading?
Cause like I told you, she told me that her peoples do trading. So it's just like,
Oh, okay.
you know what I'm saying? She told me her peoples, and then I flew out to her peoples the next day.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like I asked them how much was the bag, how much it cost, or whatever the case may be. They told me, and it's just like I flew out. And I flew out. I stayed. I learned it for like a week with them, and then I came back home, and I was trying to just make it my own, make it into something my own. But when I was there, I saw somebody take like I think like $30 into like $300-400, and I was like, yo, you got more time than me with this. You dig what I'm saying? So I just got to put in the work.
Wait, somebody took $30 to $300-400?
Yeah, like 24 like damn almost 48 hours.
So that's possible?
Yeah, that's possible. Like, what are you talking about? Like, and that's what inspired me to kind of stick with this. That you can take nothing, because what is $30? That's a meal for you. That's somebody's gym membership. Like, what is $30 to anybody nowadays? You dig what I'm saying? Like, the cost of living is already high. Like, you get what I'm saying? So it's like $30 ain't nothing. But to be able to take $30 and make it into something, you dig what I'm saying?
It's like you're starting to create your own wealth.
My point exactly. So like, at that point in time, it inspired me. So I'm like, bruh, if that's what's going on, like, just imagine at a different level. But this is my level now. So it inspired me. So it's just like, came home, tried to get it right, blew accounts. Then I kind of figured like where I was at with my process. Like, me trying to do that was not my process yet. I didn't have that much time under my belt to kind of do that. But I think I started an account with like $400, and I turned that to like 3 bands. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so $400 to $3,000.
Yeah, that's when I really started like to like get it. That's when I started to become confident in myself with my strategy.
And how long?
I think like a week.
So in a week.
Mm-hmm.
So the people that are watching, so in a week, you took.
I took $400. I took $400 and I turned it into like $3K, and then I blew it.
And then you blew it.
And I blew it on NFP.
Okay, explain to people what NFP is.
NFP is a news event that happens. When does NFP happen?
It's like once a month.
And I know it's definitely once a month. I just can't remember. I think it's the first Friday. I want to say it's non-farm payroll, but it happens on a Friday. And long story short, it's when volume gets pumped into the market from news. The fundamentals, as we call it in trading, fundamentals kind of comes into the market. And it basically, it's going to fluctuate the market to either go up or down. And in my scenario, it went in my favor and then went against me. So then I lost the bread. So then I'm back to the drawing board. And I'm like, well, if I just didn't trade news that day, I would have been straight. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I wouldn't have just traded news at all. So then I went for a while, like, not trading on Fridays because of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it kind of traumatized me a little bit.
What happens in the news market on a news day, right? Like NFP.
Okay.
What happens during that day where you can go from an account that has $3,000 and you just blow it off?
I mean, I feel like at that point, like, if you don't know what you're doing on that day, it's considered gambling.
And why?
Because it doesn't matter your strategy. Like, you have to know how the news is going to come out based off of a probability factor. And based off that probability of how you know news is going to go, you can then trade what you see or trade that trend. You dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I just wasn't well versed or well educated around it back then. So I traded it and I got cooked.
Right. So back to square one.
Back to square one. And then I saved up like another couple paychecks, and I was like, all right, back at this again. And then I was able to turn, I think, 500 after trading it for like a month. I turned it into like 10 bands.
500 what?
$500.
So you took $500 into $10,000?
Yeah, but it's just like, you have to look at it like this. You're sitting here and you're hearing like from what I went to where I took it to. You're not seeing everything that happened in between. What happens in between is trading, right? When I'm trading, I'm waking up early in the morning. Just like how you know me for waking up early now, that's where it started from. waking up early, catching the perfect sequence at that time that I was okay with trading, being disciplined to get out of the move, take that profit. And then after doing that for so long, you then begin to kind of understand what you're doing and where you are within the market. So now extracting from the market is kind of easy because you can almost anticipate that, hey, it's going to come here, it's going to do this. And if I see this, I can jump in here. And then at that point, you're jumping in and you don't even have to go for your maximum target. At that point, all I need is probably half my target or a quarter of my target. You dig what I'm saying? So I was able to kind of scale the account a little bit more quickly because of that edge, but also I had to stay disciplined to the days that I traded. I had to stay disciplined to making sure I understand what I see when I traded. So it was a process, but like, again, I was willing to stay 10 toes and lock in. I didn't have no social life really. I didn't have no time for no girlfriend. I didn't have no time. I barely had time for myself. Like, you dig what I'm saying? Because, like, at that point in time, I'm locked in. I'm studying what I got to go do. And then I give it a break. Let me go to the gym and go work out for a little bit. All right, let me go. I got a little bit of time. Let me go eat with this person real quick and then right back to it. Then I got a job on top of that. So it's like I was living life at a routine, but, like, I had to prove to myself that, like, I know what I'm doing because I've already did it. So it's like at this point in time, it's like, I know where I'm at with this process. I know I can make money from this. Am I going to be able to do what every trader fails to do? Extract from the market. You dig what I'm saying?
Take your profits.
Exactly. You can build all you want, but if you're not taking from the market, if you're not executing from the market, I'm not even talking about taking profit. I'm talking about withdrawing. That's every trader's number one problem. Like, we could build an account all day. Are you paying yourself from this? Is like, at that point, that's when it becomes actual reality. Getting an actual paycheck from this. You dig what I'm saying? So that's what I was striving to do. I like nice things, you know what I'm saying? At the time I had a BMW, you know, I wanted something new. So I worked my hours with my job and I did that and I was able to cash out and I went and got a Benz. You dig what I'm saying? And the process of processing. Now what? I done had Lambos. I done had a Urus. Duh, that's a Lambo. I'm tripping. I done had McLaren. I done had Porsche. Shit, you know? I done had whatever I wanted at this point. Or whatever I thought I wanted at the time. You dig what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's a blessing to just be where I'm at. And I thank God for that, because if I wasn't able to be disciplined with just praying in general, who knows? It probably wouldn't even, like, what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word I'm looking for when something connects to it? Anyways, it wouldn't even be able to transfer into like my trading process. You get what I'm saying?
Right. So for those that are listening or watching, can you explain like what trading is? Because I know people have, you know, this thing, they know stocks.
Okay.
They know this investment, that investment, real estate, but
I mean,
people don't
like,
necessarily know exactly what trading is from the outside looking in. Can you explain it?
I mean, so basically what day trading is, like, when you're a day trader, it comes in different shapes and forms, right? But it requires you to look at a chart, and from the analysis from the way how I learned based off of technical analysis. There's three type of analysis. There's technical, fundamental, and sentimental, right? Sentimental, we don't really use that anymore too much.
And why not?
It just aged out.
Okay.
It just aged out. Like, what it's all about right now, like, you know, you got the ITC, you got all these other things. It's all technicals. It's all simply technicals. And what you're doing when you look at a chart is you're applying what we call technicals to the chart to help you make an analytical decision. Now, with day trading in general, you can look at the past market data and analyze that and be able to understand what future data is going to do based on how it moved. So it's a game of probabilities at the end of the day, but what kind of not makes it gambling at the end of the day is because you have a sequence on how the market moves. And if you can pick up where you are within this sequence, you know what's going to happen next. Even though you know what's going to happen next, you still need to see it to believe it. So once you see it happening, then you can take advantage of it. And that's basically what us traders are doing every day when we wake up. Whether if you're investing in stocks, cryptos, bonds, shares, ETFs, it doesn't matter. Like, you have to make an analytical decision on the chart to either buy or sell at this price point. Either going to buy shares of a company, either going to buy at this position, whatever the case may be. And your job as a day trader is to use your technicals to make sense of what you see in front of you to make the best decision for your investment at the end of the day.
And how can somebody get into trading in terms of, now that we know what trading is, how can somebody get into that market? Like, what are the processes to getting into the trading market or to get into the investment market? How do you do that?
I mean, it's all around you. Like, everybody's on YouTube, everybody's on TikTok. Like, you know what I'm saying? Look up your boy, Drewize Banks, at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, go
Drewize
follow him
Banks,
on
you know what I'm
social
saying?
media.
If you want to go ahead and learn. But at the end of the day, you don't even got to learn from me. Like, it's all around us. Like, all you got to look up is day trading. Like, my whole thing is like, watch this. And like, a lot of people don't believe in day trading from my perspective in this day and age. But like, you got to look at it like day trading's been around since like the 80s.
Has
Like,
it?
It's been around, bro. Like, it's been around.
So how come we're just hearing about trading maybe like 15, 20 years ago?
I mean, bro, look at it like this. You're hearing about trading 15, 20 years ago because people are buying Lamborghinis, people are buying jets, people are buying things off of this that attract the eye. You dig what I'm saying? The material. You dig what I'm saying? But it's not just the material, it's the success that came with it. It's overcoming that obstacle that came with it. Like, that's what I say. Like, we're just hearing about it because we're the shiny object syndrome. We're seeing all the nice stuff that comes with it.
Right.
We're attracted to material. Like, let's not, you
The
know what I'm
human
saying?
brain is naturally attracted to whatever attracts to their eye.
So we're just hearing about it because we see people doing for themselves. Think about it. Nobody, look at it like this. Nobody wants to be a part of nothing when you're on your way to where you're going. It's only when you get there. You dig what I'm saying? It's only when you get there do people want to jack you or when they want to mess with you. And I don't say that with no animosity, but that's just the truth of the world that we live in nowadays. You dig what I'm saying? Like, if you tell somebody you starting a company, all right, cool. All right, let you go ahead and you make $1 million and it's publicized everywhere. Well, damn, bro. Like, how can I get in on the next? You dig what I'm saying?
Well, why didn't you tell me more?
Not as opportunity.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? So we just live in a world where you just got to kind of understand that, and you just got to kind of be okay with where you are within that, because every dog got their day. Every person got their day. And as long as you're staying disciplined and as long as you're putting in the work every day, you're going to be all right. It's just like the transformation I made in the gym. Bro, I was 240 pounds. Shouts out to my dog, Back Method and Chris, the shredder. You feel me? If y'all watching this, you know what I mean? But like, bro, I was 240 pounds, bro.
Right.
Bro, I look back at myself and I was like, bro, there's no way my people loved me. There's no way in God's name, like, the people I had around me, like, loved me. Because, like, they loved me. They told me I had to been getting in the gym. You dig what I'm saying? But, like, they loved me for me at the end of the day.
I tell all my friends to get into the gym.
Bro.
When you look good, you feel good.
Bro.
And it's about, and here's the thing. First of all, congrats on your transformation. That's amazing. Because when I first saw you, you didn't look like this. Then when I saw you last, it was like, you know, it was, you know, you look different. So congrats on that.
Appreciate you.
But what I believe also is, I'm not saying that you cannot be successful or significant if you are not in the best shape of your life. But me personally, when I've been at
some lows,
some lows is when I was either out of shape, not eating right, and I've never been like an overly big guy.
Yeah.
But you know, I remember like in 2019, it was probably the worst year I ever had in my life.
Really?
Yeah. Financially,
what happened?
Just financially, not making. I wouldn't say the right decisions, but you know, not listening, not acting, and not executing on information that I should have at the time.
Okay.
So it ended up being one of my worst years financially.
It'd be like that.
And also, it was one of my worst years. I was out of shape. I was going out every night. Man. I was hanging out. Okay. I was at this place, that place, drinking this, drinking that, you know. And honestly, I almost lost my life one night because of it, you know?
Oh, yeah, so you got it together real quick.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. And it wasn't because I was, you know, drinking and driving. I wasn't doing that. But I was out late, and I came home, and I was tired. And I got into an accident and almost lost my life. It was literally like Fast and Furious.
Yo, gang, thank God you still here. You're not Fast and Furious no more.
And 100%. You know, well, I'm just, you know, I'm Toretto now.
Oh, so you haven't learned. You're still on it.
No. Okay. I'm just not passionate. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just kidding. But when I look at my life at that point, I thought I was having a great time. I thought I was having the best time of my life, honestly.
And now, look at you now, right?
But I decided to, decided to make a decision. And because I was out of shape and because I wasn't focusing on my health, which means that I wasn't focusing on my discipline, I wasn't focusing on my clarity, I wasn't focusing on my purpose, you know, I wasn't focusing on these things, because in order to be healthy, you have to be focused and disciplined, right? And that's where it starts. And because I wasn't doing that, you know, it led to some decisions that at the time I thought were good, but looking back, they were questionable decisions, right? But now, fast forward, I decided to take my health serious, and that's when I started. And at that point, I got into a health and wellness company, And, I ended up making the most money I had ever made, creating a big team, in that time. But it's because I was focusing on my health. Now, granted, the vehicle was a health vehicle, but still, and even when I look back on my life, my own life, whenever I decide to focus on my health, it just makes sense because it creates discipline.
I'm going to show you something, right?
Uh-huh.
This is why I took out my phone. I started a small account with an amount, and just look how much I'm up.
Sheesh.
Damn near almost doubled, right?
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Camera don't know if y'all can see this. You know what I'm saying? Started an amount with...
Show it again.
I ain't even gonna lie, my phone about to die.
Show it again. I got a charger for you. Show it again.
You feel me? Like, real quick. Started an account with what? 3K? And I'm floating up like 2 bands right now. You know what I'm saying? Something like, but like, this is like the power of trading. You dig what I'm saying? Like, as I'm here, appreciate you. No, I don't use it. Gang.
I have the other one.
You all right? You all right? Let it die. We all right. We here. I got 2 phones.
My bad. Mr. iPhone 20.
Chill out. You got to catch up.
I do.
But that's just the whole point of like what I'm talking about. That's being disciplined on your purpose. Like even me, where I'm at now, right? Like I made money off this. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I made money. It's not about the money at the end of the day. It's still staying disciplined.
How has your transformational journey and your physical, how has it helped you, if it helped you, with your trading journey?
It just gave me clarity, right? Like it just gave me more patience, right? And it kind of opened up my brain more because like I felt like my brain before was kind of cluttered. And it's like, well, now I feel like shit when I don't go for a run in the morning. I feel crazy when I don't go work out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's like now a routine that has to be done before I even trade. You dig what I'm saying? Like I gotta wake up, I gotta pray. And then you know what I'm saying? Then I gotta sit and analyze my charts. Then after I analyze my charts, then I gotta take a trade. Then after I'm done trading, I have to go run. I can't go back to sleep. If I go back to sleep, like I feel like I failed myself. You dig what I'm saying? Then after that, if it's a win or a learn, I either made money at that point in time or I've lost money. If I lost money, well, I'm optimized to kind of look at the markets even better because I gave it time. I stepped away from the market. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm able to come back to the market with a better clarity. You know, but at that point in time, I'm either eating something or whatever the case may be. Cool. I'll take another setup around then. Like I give myself 3 opportunities throughout a session just for me to kind of get right. But at the end of the day, like trading is nothing if you don't manage your risk correctly. Like a lot of people lose money in this game because they're trying to make 10K or make $1,000 real quick. Like that's not your level. What are you doing?
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? So it's just like with this game in this field, like it is what you make it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you could manage to take your time and figure out where you are, like where you are mentally with seeing money, because like not a lot of people can handle seeing like losing $1,000.
Right.
Like you literally have to make $1,000 or more every day to be okay with losing $1,000. I don't care what nobody says. If you're not making like 5 or 10K in a day, you're gonna care about that $1,000. It's gonna mean something to you at the end of the day. And like a lot of people have to understand that you have to be at a certain level in order to be able to handle things accordingly. So it's like for me, like I'm okay with the level I'm at now because I done earned it. I done put in the work to kind of get to where I'm at. That's why I like doing things like that. I love doing things like that because it shows the value of like what you can do with this.
And that is taking a small account into a big account.
Exactly. Taking nothing to something.
So what you're saying is that when you do trade and when you do invest in the trading space, it's more mental than physical?
Bro, trading
or
is...
mental than technical?
Yes, trading, and I'm glad you really said that, for real, because a lot of people think like you got to have the best strategy in the world to make a bag with this. No, stupid. You got to have your head on your shoulders. You got to be able to understand what you see. Trading is 80% psychology. Some people may beg to differ. Some people may say it's 90. I believe it's 80 because like you could still have things going on and still execute correctly.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it's recommended that even when you have things going on that you don't execute. We always got things going on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's life. Are you really going to let life drive you? You know what I'm saying? To drive your decisions because of your circumstances that you're in? Are you going to boss up and focus on what you got to do? Be disciplined to understand what you got to do to get where you need to be. So I believe that trading is 80% psychology, 20% strategy. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like the 80-20 rule.
It's
right. They say that, what's the
for the people that's listening, go ahead and explain the 80-20 rule.
So the 80-20 rule is when, 80% he's the host now, right? So the 80-20 rule, the 80-20 rule says that, 80% of people will do 20% of the work. 20% of people will do 80%, will provide 80% of the work.
Okay.
Though they say when you focus on the things, you want to focus on the 20%. Because 80% of people will do 20% of the work.
Exactly.
So
it's reversed.
It's reversed in that way.
It's reversed.
It's reversed in that way.
Yeah.
So 80% right here, you have to focus. This is 80% of it right here. And that's the funny thing about trading, because it is opposite, right? You focus on this 80% right here, and it's gonna give you the results. The 20% are the stuff you just need to know.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
It's like the terminology.
Like I watch this. I'll be honest, bro. I be getting like tight, or like when some people be like I had a guy, right? He was trying to gatekeep on his strategy. I would never forget it. Like, and I ain't gotta drop no names, but y'all know how it go. But like, I was day trading. I'm doing my thing, and he looking at me like, "Yo, gang, I can help you get to the next level." So I'm like, "What the next level look like for me, gang? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me know." And where I'm basically going with this was like the 80% that he was trying to offer me, like I wasn't too far off from there.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? So I didn't see the value in like where the conversation was even going. So I just told gang like, I'm good. Like I'm not too far off from there if I just stay disciplined. But like that's the crazy thing about like this 80%, 20%. If you really just lock in and focus, like you'll grow in ways like you can't even imagine. Like, gang, last time I had a six-pack was like when I used to play football. You dig what I'm saying? Like I never thought I was gonna get back a six-pack, and like I locked in and did it. And that's just me just conquering my body. That's not even me putting the same energy to like conquer business or conquer goals or conquer anything. So like, bro, the world is yours. The world is yours, bro.
How has trading helped you in the other parts of your life, right? How has trading helped you become a better founder, better CEO, better businessman in general?
I mean,
what is the translation?
I mean, like, gang, when my company, straight up, like when my company wasn't making money from nothing, I was making it trading. So I used that to invest into my company. You dig what I'm saying? Like, it was able to kind of like, as far as for like trading, I feel like how trading kind of benefit me was like, I'm a giver. I'm an active giver. Like, I'll give these Louis to, you know what I'm saying? The nearest homeless guy if he really want them for real. If he really, really want them and tell me like these his favorite shoes, I'll give it to him. You dig what I'm saying? I've always been a giver since I was little. Like share my food, share whatever. And with being a giver, like you just have to understand like what comes with being a giver. You following what I'm saying? Like, and with me, like because I like to always give, like it's just been a part of my life. So like I just like to give to anybody. You dig what I'm saying? Like, and when you're like a CEO or like when you're like a person of stature, I feel like because you're so high up, it's assumed that like you've lost that self, you lost that version of yourself. You know what I'm saying? But like, I try to always remember who I am. So me being a giver kind of makes me stay true to myself and just true to my roots and just where I've came from. So like, trading is just being able to impact me in that direction just because I've been able to give back more. Right? Like all last year, like I've been teaching for 11 years. And last year was the first year I literally traded for free. And it felt good. You know what I'm saying? Like I come from an era to where everybody used to charge for a course to make money or whatever the case may be. I never did that. You dig what I'm saying? Like I've always kind of shown my skill set in real time to help people. And that's kind of how I built my name. You dig what I'm saying? Like showing the skill set in real time. So because I was able to kind of do that, I was able to kind of just build a name for myself. And last year, like I impacted what? 2,500 lives.
Wow. So 2,500. So explain that part. How do you help 2,500 people and impact them if you're just doing it for free?
I mean, you got to look at it like this, bro. Like, who's really giving a gift any day? Who's really giving a gift any day? Like nowadays, you dig what I'm saying? Like, who's really like being able to kind of be that person of a giver?
Right.
So I kind of hit a financial goal the year before, and I was like, gang, this is written down that once I hit this goal, I gotta at least do this for the people. So I just stayed true to my roots and I just announced it like, hey, you want this for free? This is what I'm doing. This is what you gotta do. And it just came like wildfire.
No,
Spread like wildfire.
bro, that's amazing, bro. Because when I think what we have to understand and what people miss is the fact that in order to get, you do have to give,
Of
right?
course.
Especially if you have a skill set. And I like this concept. I use this concept a lot. It's a 33% rule.
Mm-hmm.
The 33% rule states that you have to spend 33% of your time with 3 types of people.
You like numbers?
I mean, yeah, I guess. I like the sayings and stuff. I'm like the sayings guy. I come up with like the abbreviations and stuff.
All right.
So 33% of your time, but it makes sense though.
Okay.
So you want to spend, the first group of people is you want to spend 33% of your time with mentor or mentorships. That can be in person. That can be what you listen to. That can be somebody that you're watching on YouTube.
May I?
Go ahead.
Like, I'm a firm believer in like, you are who you surround yourself with.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? Because that's what came to my mind like when you said that. Like, if I'm not around like-minded people, I'm either going to distance myself so I could be in that world of like-minded people so I can get to where I need to be. But like, life is what you put your time into.
100%. Do you think that this past year was one of your best financial years?
This past year? It was good. I could have made more. It was good, but like, it wasn't the best.
Do you think that it was one of your most significant years?
Yes.
So let me tell you this. So, all right, this is the 33% rule. So the 33% rule just states that, you want to spend 33% of your time with people that you're listening to, you're following, like your mentor.
Okay.
And that's going to be the smallest pool of people because you're not going to listen to everybody, right? A mentor is going to be like maybe like max maybe 3 to 5 people.
Okay.
You want to spend 33% of your time with people who are on the same level as you or like in the same like trajectory.
So you're saying like split it up into 3-3-3s.
Right. And I look at it like college, right? College is if somebody who's in college, college is the one place where no matter if this person's studying political science, business, this person's a hooper, we're all trying to figure out what we're doing here so we can go to the next level. So that's the next group with 33% of your 33% of your time with that people who are on your same wavelength, right? You don't have to do the same thing, but in your same kind of ecosystem.
Okay.
That's going to be the next largest group. So that may be like, 5 to 15 people.
And
but
you know what's so crazy? That's why I like living here in Miami though. You dig what I'm saying? Because like
you can find like-minded people.
You find like-minded people like it's
nothing.
You dig what I'm saying?
And then the last one, 33% of your time you want to spend with people that you're teaching. Right? This creates one of your most significant years ever. And the amount of time stays the same. The people just change. And the more you grow, the last pool of people, the 33% of the people that you're teaching, that's when you create the most success, significance, and honestly, that's when you eventually make the most money. Because that is probably the only group that eventually gets bigger people-wise. So you spend the same amount of time. I'm going to spend the same time slot with these group of people, but instead of it being 5 people now, it's going to eventually be 50. Instead of it being 50, it's eventually going to be 500. Eventually being 500, it's going to eventually be 5,000 and so on and so forth. It's the only group of people that can grow. Because once you get to a certain level, you're only going to start, you're going to be with the same people in the same ecosystem.
100%.
And you don't want to spend that much time with, you don't want to increase that number by too much because it could distract you, right? Your mentors are probably never change. And if you do have a mentor, they come in seasons of your life. Like I have a spiritual mentor, I have a business mentor, I have a physical mentor. I have those people, right?
Got you.
But like you said, once you continue to keep growing, your circle of people who you're influencing and that number gets bigger, 2,500 is going to turn to 5,000. You're going to make more money. You're going to create more significance because what happens is that people, when you teach people, you make the most money. The more you could teach what you do, then do what you do, the more money you make.
Hey, he said it, not me.
No, but it's the truth. Though.
No.
So,
but that's what I'm saying. Like you said the facts. You said the facts.
So what I'm actually doing is I'm congratulating you because
appreciate it.
You said you helped 2,500 people. You say it may have not been the most financial year you had, but it's been the most.
Yeah, I mean, like I wasn't worried about like the financial side that came with it because I'm already good.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? It was just more so of like, all right.
But eventually, it'll turn.
No, don't get me wrong.
It'll turn into your most fine.
Don't get me wrong. Whatever God got it written, whatever God got it 100%. Written for, whatever is gonna be. But I was just more so looking at it like, all right, like cool. I'm trying to impact these people's lives as much as possible. You dig what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to make sure like this is in their face every day, so like they get it, they understand it, they see the success with it. But most importantly, they believe in themselves that they can do it because. Like, you got to understand, bro, like I told you, the world is full of distractions. So if you can help a person be able to focus on themselves, by all means, that's the greatest gift. You know what I'm saying? To let you know that you have a purpose, to let you know that you're here for a reason and that you can do this too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm no different from you. The only difference is I manage my time accordingly and I know what I'm trying to do. You can get on the same wavelength. You dig what I'm saying? So it's just like, I salute what you're saying for real. Appreciate it.
No, always. Congrats to you, man. So for the people who want to get into trading and they want to know like what's the money potential, what is the most amount of money somebody can make? Maybe if you want to share what's the most money you made in like a trade or something like that. But what's the most amount of money somebody can make?
I mean, like, I done seen people make some crazy amounts. But as far as for me,
like, what's the number? Like, we want to know.
All right, I'm gonna get there. The most that I've made in like one day, like floating in a trade, was like 100 and something K.
Wait, what? Wait, say it again.
100K.
So you mean to tell me that you've made 100K
in one day?
Wow. Pressing a button.
Pressing the button multiple times. You feel me? Like in trading, we got something called over leveraging, right? Where you don't stick to the normal risk parameters and you over risk. But that risk comes with confidence, right?
Because you've been in the market for so long.
Because I've been in the market for so long. So that day, I over risked. I could have lost damn near everything. But I chose to bid on where I was at based on what I saw. And I just kept on adding as it was going. And before you know it, was 100K. And I would never forget it. Like, I turned around like a week after and I went and bought my Urus. You dig what I'm saying? And then, like, just being in that moment of making it, it didn't feel real.
Mm-hmm.
Like, right? Because everything's happening on my phone, on my computer, or whatever the case may be. It didn't feel real. You see the moment, gang? I called you gang, my bad. You see the moment, you see the moment,
We're here.
like, you feel me? But you see the moment, like, when that bread hit my account.
So you actually withdrew this money?
Of course.
Okay.
Gang, it's not every day you trade and you can make 100K in one day.
Right.
Give me that. Like, I need that. I need that.
We need it.
You know what I'm saying? We need
it. My family need it too.
You feel me? But it's just like, I need that. So it's like, I took it and you see like the moment it hit my account, like at that point in time, like of this mindset, like it was all worth it. Everything I went through was all worth it. The losses, the ups, the downs, everything. Cause like to be able to extract 100K in one day, like it was like, that was like the most money I've ever made in one day.
Wow.
You dig what I'm saying? Of course I've been able to break barriers since then, but it's just like, man, I tell everybody, bro, like trading's not for you. Like trading's not for everybody. Like if you can't focus, if you can't sit your ass down, like if you can't really like just lock in and understand, just take the time to understand what you got going on. Like this is not for you. Go sports bet. Go do e-com. Go do Airbnb. Go do, go figure out what it is. Cause for trading, like you got to be disciplined and you got to be hungry for it. Like you got to want it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I tell people like also with trading, like you got to be able to like look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself the truth. Like not a lot of people can face the truth of themselves. You dig what I'm saying? Like if you have a problem, you have a problem. It's okay. Since when has it not been cool to admit a problem? But at the end of the day, like trading's going to put that problem in front of your face. And in order for you to get to where you need to be at, like you got to surpass that problem. Like for me, I used to be greedy. You dig what I'm saying? I used to be greedy real bad. Like, gang, I come from not being able to make a certain amount like within a day to where I'm making a certain amount. So like my value for money changed at one point in time in my life. Like what is 3K? What is 4K? What is 5K? You dig what I'm saying? Like it gets like that. And like, you're either gonna be humbled or you're gonna understand, where you are within that process. And, I went through that process and it was a very good process for me. You dig what I'm saying? Like I love how this thing called life works. I love it because nothing happens by mistake. Everything happens for a reason. And if you could find a reason or make it make sense for you within that moment, only then will elevation happen. And you know what they say, elevation requires separation. So once you figure that out, you lock right back in again.
No, 100%. So I guess to wrap it up, the last question I want to ask is, when you hear the phrase "secure your future," what does that necessarily mean to you?
When I hear secure your future, well, first of all, when I think about secure, I think about secure the bag. I think it was DJ Khaled that said that, you got to secure the bag. So when I think about secure your future, like you got to do whatever it takes to make sure that you're able to live comfortably for tomorrow. Like, the future isn't promised. So are you going to do what's required today so you can live the life that you want to live tomorrow?
Mm.
You dig what I'm saying? Like, when I hit secure, I think of doing what has to get done, executing, you know what I'm saying? Not wasting time. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to waste time, but waste time when it makes sense.
100%.
You dig what I'm saying? So secure that future, baby.
No, that's good. So, man, I just want to say, man, congratulations on everything.
Appreciate you.
Congratulations on your success, previous success now, and success in the future.
Mhm.
And I can't wait to see what your story brings in the future. I'm excited to be a part of it in just a little way.
Hey, listen, gang, you've even though you came in where you came in at, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with it, but like, we got so much more to go. This is just the beginning.
100%.
This is just the beginning.
Let's get it.
Listen, for those of y'all who don't follow me, Drewize Banks, Drewize Banks. You can find me on Instagram and YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate y'all having me. God bless. Make sure y'all keep God first throughout it all. Make sure y'all stay prayed up.
I would encourage you guys to subscribe. Now, why do we want you guys to subscribe? We want to make sure that every time that we drop an episode or we drop a conversation,